I left an abusive marriage over 18 years ago, and I wish I would have had the support on social media that many women have now. And so I feel a responsibility to share some of that. This is not original. This particular list, which really hit home with me, is from Eileen Zara, author. I'll put her Instagram handle down below. But if any of these things resonate with you, I can't give you mental health advice. I am not a therapist. I am a former abuse victim, and these are red flags. If he speeds in the car to scare you, that's abuse. My ex actually broke the steering column on my car because he got so mad he hit it. If he ruins all your happy moments, that's abuse. With all three, really, my oldest and my youngest are the biggest memories. But when I was about to give birth, there were traumatic events that I won't get into here that he is directly responsible for that put a stain on those events. And that's abuse. If he leaves you alone in the streets or at places you went together, that's abuse. Before I even married this person, when I was first dating him, he went to it's kind of embarrassing to say, but I'm going to say it. He went to a X-rated place to, I don't know, I guess get something. I'm 61. This was in the 80s, mid to late 80s. He left me out I refused to go into this place. I mean, think about that what you will. I'm like, I am not going in there. I will not be caught dead in there. And he was like, fine, I'll go in by myself. He was in there. I feel like it was 2 hours. I know it was at least an hour, and he left me sitting out in the car. I have no idea what he was doing. I had to go to the bathroom so bad. It was in a very seedy part of town. This was in Kansas City at the time. Another time he left me in the parking lot with our 3 kids after church of a Home Depot. I don't even remember what he was going in for. If any of you have kids that are young, I'm talking probably 1, 3, and 5. After church, they're tired, they're hungry, they're worn out. I think it was Mother's Day weekend too. Left me in the car with these 3 kids. I don't think he had his phone at the time. Maybe we didn't even have a phone. I don't know. I had just started to unbuckle everybody and go into the store and find him. And he started walking out. He was mad at me that I was mad at him. And he was in there for at least 45 minutes. That's abuse. If he hates on your friends and tries to isolate you from your family, that's abuse. This was not as big of a deal. He was just pretty much antisocial. But I don't feel like he isolated me from my family. But if you're experiencing that, that's abuse. If he blames you for his behavior, that's abuse. He would say, if you didn't make me so mad, I wouldn't basically lay hands on you. I wouldn't have thrown something at you. I wouldn't have screamed at you. I wouldn't have thrown a baby bottle at the door and had it explode everywhere. I wouldn't have threatened to pull a gun on you. I wouldn't have fill in the blank. It's my fault because I made him angry. Mind you, you can ask anybody that has known me at any point in my life. I don't yell. I don't call people names. If anything, I retreat and become silent. So this was not tit for tat kind of a thing. That's abuse. If he calls you names and insults you whenever he's angry, that's abuse. I can't even tell you the number of times that happened. Hundreds of times over almost 20 years. If he tears you down and then acts like nothing happens, that's abuse. If he laughs when you cry or leaves instead, that's abuse. So when I look back now, there were so many tears. And then as my body began to kind of break down, I would break out in hives. I ruptured a back disc, not doing anything, just I think from the stress of being married to him. I just became to where I just withdrew. And so I would say the last few years, I didn't even cry. And I can see that now I was just shutting down because I could not take it anymore. But when I cried, he would laugh. He would give me the silent treatment for a day, 2, 3. That's abuse. If he punches walls and throws things, that's abuse. I have had library books thrown at me. I've been drug across the landing. I've been grabbed by the arms and shoved into a wall. I've had a baby bottle thrown at me. He threatened to pull a gun on me. I'm sure I'm forgetting. You just did not want to make him angry. And anybody that knows me or knew me throughout that relationship knew that if something happened to me, like violently, it would 100% be him. That's a red flag. If he makes you stay up all night to justify every possible outfit, look, or choice made that day, that's abuse. I didn't really deal with that. I know that's a thing. So these are all very unhealthy, dangerous relationships. And I'm so glad that there is more information out there now, and people, this is not normalized, it's openly talked about so that we don't try to rationalize, well, he didn't really mean it, or he's sorry, or no. Getting out and deciding to divorce him 18 years ago is probably the single best thing I have ever done. And I think it saved my life. Not that he would have necessarily killed me in a fit of rage, and he would have been sorry right after, but he had no self-control when he was angry. But I feel like I would have drunk myself to death. Like, I don't know, I was just becoming a shell of a person. And so I think leaving, even though it was so hard to raise my kids on my own, even though I have struggled financially, even though I am 61 and live in why is it moving? In a little 1-bedroom apartment. I'm 61, I'm in college getting a master's degree. I would do it all over again if it was even harder to get out from underneath that abuse. So I always end my videos with, it's not too late, you're not too old. My heart goes out to you if you're dealing with any of this or you have dealt with any of this. I'm still recovering from it, and it's been almost 20 years. So thanks for watching.